All right, excellent. So I think everybody knows who I am, and I think we all know each other. So I think we can skip introductions today. But it's our monthly COI wide call. Thank you everybody for attending. And I will ask Janine or Eddie if you guys have any updates from National that you want to share with the COI before we get started on everything else.
I have one update, and that's why I wanted to get a document up for AwesomeCon, which we did back in August. We developed a one-page flyer for use at the event, and it's targeted for high school or for college outreach. So it has a little bit about what is SAME and then goes into some of the SAME student programs like membership, scholarships, things like that. It has a QR code to zap you right over to the web page, and it covers high school camps as well, student chapters, and of course the virtual student chapter and mentoring. So this is something that might be useful at different outreach events that we developed originally for AwesomeCon, but is available in general, and I will be posting it onto the web page. So any questions?
Awesome. Yeah, it would be great to have some of these for the young member and college outreach COI meeting that we're going to have at Jetsy, and the hopefully events that we have with the students.
Right.
Can you,
and for
Janine, can you email that over? I like the.
Mm-hmm. I can email that to the committee.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Great. Any other updates on other national things?
I don't in general. I have a competitions update. I'll get to down later on the agenda.
Cool.
I can't
Wait, is this the
specific at this point in time, other than the fact we do have a virtual student chapter.
Oh, is this the right agenda? I think this is the other agenda.
This is college outreach. Is this? Oh, this is.
Yeah, but this is our one from last week.
Okay.
They're not super different, but just a little bit. So.
I was gonna say it's not matching the
agenda. I changed that one.
It's not matching the agenda that was on the invite.
Okay, let me get over to.
Sorry, it took me a minute. I'm like, wait a second.
My apologies. I always hate having people.
I don't have it open anyway, so I really shouldn't talk. I have 18 other things open on my computer, which is scary, but not that one.
No, this is the July call. I am. Oh, I don't think I have it saved here.
Okay. I can open it if you want to. I can take it from the meeting.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen just because I don't like to have people watching me fumble as I'm searching through some, whether it's in my parking lot or where it's in the official programs files yet. But I definitely have what you sent out. So
okay. It's on the meeting invite if that helps.
Right.
I'm sorry for the glaring sun behind me. The blinds only go like that far.
I'm eating, so I'm not ignoring you guys, but is there much I can have?
Totally.
All right. Is this
alrighty, cool
now?
Yeah. Okay, so we did national updates. Did you guys have anything else before I move on?
Do we want to mention what's happening at SBC? And I think that you, Ann, might have more information about that than Eddie and
Yep, I could do that one. Sure. So
sorry, guys, I got called away for a second. Did I miss anything?
No.
All right.
So we're just going to talk about SBC for a second. We've been working with the young professionals COI to set up some events in conjunction with them, and then also some events specifically for student members and the student chapter there. So in chronological order, I think that's the easiest way to do it. Monday night of that week, we're going to try to have a meeting with the student chapter at in Atlanta, and go to the school and actually try to be part of one of their student chapter meetings. And then we are going to do a combined young professional and college outreach COI meeting at SBC. And then we are working on setting up either some sort of like breakfast or meet up with the young professionals and do an exhibit hall, kind of walk around with the student members so that they don't have to go by themselves, because it can be a little overwhelming. So I believe those are the events we have planned as of now. And then as a precaution, we're going to do a virtual orientation session as well the week before JETSI, before SBC. Sorry, we're so focused on JETSI, I haven't switched over yet. Just as a precaution in case we do end up going virtual. We're going to plan that out and use the one that we did for JETSI and update it for a small business conference. So those are the things that we have going right now. More details to come as we work with the young professionals to set up exact times and dates and get more information out on those. But we hope everybody can make it and attend, and hopefully we'll see you guys in Atlanta. Did I miss any events that we had talked about previously?
I don't think so.
No.
All right. And let's see, number 3, we had our last leadership team meeting last week, and we were working on identifying sort of a schedule of events for the rest of the year as far as work plan goals and when we think we can get things done, and what projects that we're working on as far as keeping all of our manuals and charters updated, having all of our leadership team positions filled, moving forward with our different communities within the college outreach COI, having those move forward as far as faculty advisors, student chapter mentors, our student chapters, and our student members. Just a couple groups. We went over the form a little bit. I still have to set up an after action review for that, so I'm sorry that hasn't gone out yet. I think we'll, is that further down the agenda? Yeah, I think it is. So we'll go back to the form later on in the agenda. And just as always, if anyone knows anyone that might be interested in being part of the leadership team, we still have a few open positions. We're still looking for a young professionals liaison. I know Corey Weaver of the young professionals is looking for one as well. I think he said he got some interest from other COIs, so I don't know if one of those was college outreach. And we're also still looking for an assistant to the vice chair of events. As we sort of take on more in-person events, I think we're going to need more people to kind of help with that portion of our work plan to make sure that the events we host are well run and organized. So I think a few more people in that would be helpful, just to coordinate sort of the growing number of things that we're doing. And I don't see Andra.
She declined this meeting.
Okay. So I think the next student, the virtual student chapter webinar is the end of the month.
Yeah.
I want to say the 28th, but it might be the 29th.
Now I'm drawing blank if it's the 27th or the 28th. That is one of the things that I should have definitely brought up to verify. We are going to have a speaker from Michael Baker, who's a recruiter, who's going to be talking about things that students might want to know in that recruitment process, how to come across well to a recruiter, things like that. I will get the details out to the committee about that, and we will be doing more of a promotion and informational blitz about that within the next few days.
Awesome, sounds good. And as always, if anybody has topics for future webinars, I know Andrew is always looking for those, or if you've seen presentations elsewhere that could be adapted for a student audience, we're always looking for those. And then our award winners, we just wanted to make sure we said congratulations to all of our award winners this year. We had our distinguished student chapters, who I think we just posted on the website this week. Those are West Point and University of Guam. So congratulations, Mike. So we were a little behind the curve on that of getting all of the information out and reviewed on those. So sorry in advance for the delay in getting those out. I think Eddie just posted the link in the chat. And then as before, I think we've announced that we had the Student Leadership Medal and our Bliss Medal winners who have been kind of part of the conversations that we've had. And we had them as part of the student chapter and student member forum that we had in August. And that kind of rolls into number 7.
Hey, Ann, before you move on, I meant to jump in
Sure.
about the virtual student chapter. I did want to mention that we met with marketing and have forwarded them the email that Andrew put together for our sustaining members. They're going to send it out as part of every month. At the beginning of every month, they'll send out an email of all the webinars planned for that month. So they're going to add that as an opening statement in that regular email. And then I think they're going to send it out on either or add it as a mention in real time and possibly the next member update that goes out. So hopefully that'll get some response from, I think it's addressed to both sustaining members and the membership, the way she did the email. And then we also talked about, based on what kind of responses we get there, there's still an option to send one out directly to the sustaining members. So we'll keep talking to marketing about that. And I think
Cool. Sounds good.
trying to get a call with Andra and Homer to talk through scheduling so we can see how far ahead we can get on our calendar.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right. So our student chapter and student member forum, most of you were there, so you know it happened. And I think it was very successful. We got to bring together our faculty advisors, our student chapter mentors, and some of our student members. Every year we pick 3 topics and we focus on those for the 3 different days. And I think we had some great discussion and a chance to sort of get to know those communities a little bit better throughout those 3 days. So hopefully that will lead to more discussions throughout the rest of the year and help us shape where we're going as far as a COI and the work plan for next year. If you missed it, sure.
I just had a quick question. Just real briefly, the forum that took place this year compared to last year, were the discussion topics and engagement pretty similar?
I feel like we had more basic topics last year, so I feel like it was a little different, but we still had, I think, the same sort of discussion. We had a lot of the same people, so I think a lot of it was kind of a continuing thing, which is good to see people actually coming back and like continuing to be a part of the community. Eddie, I don't know if you have a comparison to last year as well. I think you were one of the only people that was part of it last year.
I don't. Well, I know the session 3 topic was new, the transition from student to professional. I think we've referenced it in the past, but now, we definitely need to start being more purposeful about how we think about that. And there's at least one meeting that Arpan Patel is going to be coordinated at SBC, working with Janine on what we're calling the Guided Pathways project that looks at all our student engagement strategy. But and then we had another one that was just more the mechanics of managing a student chapter. So now we're getting a little bit more into what's going on behind the operations, not just how to, but programmatically and strategically. So I think we've advanced to the next nice new level. I'm anxious to see what kind of hot topics we think are relevant next year.
Yeah, agreed.
Sorry, I just want to interject there. Thanks.
Oh yeah, no, I think it was good. I think, I mean, I like hearing everyone's questions and sort of seeing where they're coming from as far as the different types of chapters that we have and the different posts that we have. Like everyone's experience is different, so it's always interesting to hear the
Yeah.
wide variety of ways we all sort of manage to do the same thing.
Yeah, one of the things that I think will be interesting for us this coming year as a community is Corey Weaver made a statement the other day about the young professional, the monthly calls, that they're really not turning into community-wide calls. They're just the active members, and it tends to be those that have a position or a task or a goal or some sort of deliverable that they're being asked to deliver, produce. So for us now, a year from now, thinking about the competition and the teams that we've had competing, the student chapters and the students that participate in those, I could see us, instead of thinking about our community as this at large, we don't know who's there, we start now zeroing in on who do we know things about. Let's start working with the students that we can get more concrete information about who they are, where they're going, what they want to be doing, and start segmenting our outreach a little more as part of this Pathways effort. Just something to think about.
I like it.
Yeah.
Excellent. So in case anybody didn't see the email from Janine, the recordings and the PowerPoint or the PDFs are up on the website as well for anyone who missed it, or if you want to send it to anyone for their information or education about college outreach and student chapters and student members. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to include about the forum?
And I'm going to jump back to item 4A. You're always looking for more volunteers. I'm sorry, I've got to jump off at the moment, but just a reminder that last month we were talking about two-year technical colleges, especially here in Tennessee, and getting them involved as student chapters. So I don't know where you want to be in on that. Let me know. Who you want me to?
Yes, I'm sorry I did not follow up with you sooner. I will follow up with you.
That's fine.
Thank you.
I don't drop off your radar for that.
I appreciate the reminder.
You bet.
Excellent. All right. Does anyone have anything else before we move on? All right. Scholarships, Eddie, any update on that, or just still holding?
Well, yes, still holding, but the next thing I need to get off my plate is the LDP projects, and right after that is the Scholarship Handbook. I have it open, and I've started making some notes of the things that need to go. The biggest benefit, the reason I want to get it done, is not so much the scholarship guidance, but the toolkit for mentoring that an LDP group put together on mentoring to scholarship recipients. So, I think the scholarship handbook is going to be useful, but that's the piece that I think current programs, I think, would be able to utilize sooner. So, yeah, by our next agenda, our next meeting, I am going to promise to have a working version of it for us to review.
Okay.
Hold me to it.
All right.
Put me on the agenda. Present.
Those are on the fire.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any updates from other COIs that we know of? I was on the Young Professionals call the other day. So they're kind of doing the same thing, planning for small business and sort of getting started for the year. I think they've planned out a few months for their webinars as well. If anyone's interested in checking those out.
Yeah, I can update on camps. I don't know if there's anybody else here, but We are moving ahead with 5 in-person camps next year. The application process should open up in early December through March. So just be on the lookout for that. And we're still waiting to see if we're going to have a 6th camp at Quantico on cybersecurity. So that's still in process.
Cool.
In progress. And then from LD, Leader Development, the LDP program is going to be opening up applications for the 2022-23 class on October 8th. So be on the lookout for that as well on the Leader Development
Cool.
side.
Excellent. And Leader Develop, is that open? Does that have any requirements as far as how long you've been a member or anything like that? Or is that
the only official requirement is that you've been a member for 1 year. But
okay.
because posts have to recommend and then the RVPs make their selections, it's not, all the regions would potentially prioritize different candidates differently.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Just asking, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no, our only requirement is 1 year membership. You may hear some folks confused. There's some confusion that this is a program for young professionals, and it is not. It's just we get a lot of young professional applicants. So,
Okay.
yep.
Excellent. All right. Does anyone have any requests for future COI meeting topics?
I think we'll need to
I
talk
send them to you later.
competitions.
I think you're on mute, Jim.
This is Janine. I'm actually saying I think we need to talk about the competitions and making sure that we get the word out about those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I saw it on the other agenda when I had mentioned that. Yeah, so quick update on that. I need to connect with Patrick. I'm just gonna update last year's timeline, application, and submission form. And I think we can just, issue it whenever we're ready. So as soon as I get those updated, I'll get a call with Patrick. And again, by our next call, I'm hoping the materials are up on the website and we can start announcing it. The big question that we may not have resolved right now is what do we do at the end with the selection? I'm going to try to leave it open-ended so that we're not committed to anything just yet. Worst case is we do the same thing we did last year. We select them, put them up on the website, invite them to present to COIs. We could still do that. The open question would be, do we do anything with them at JATC? I think that would be more of a budget question. We could always make that decision last minute, assuming they would be available if we would fly them all, the top teams. So that'll probably still be an open-ended part of it, but I'll at least get a calendar together for the submission process.
Cool. All right. Does anybody have anything else? Excellent. Oh, and I saw, Eddie, you sent out the email for the newsletter stuff, so hopefully we can get that set up to move forward with that.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't know how many folks on this call got the version that had Japanese characters in the cover email.
It was fine on mine, but again, I think everybody had different versions that didn't work.
Now, sometimes that just means you may have used a font that the receiver didn't have. And sometimes if you don't have the font that was sent to you, it'll turn it into gibberish. So that's what may have happened with those folks. Got to look at those fonts and just use a nice little Arial or Tahoma or Courier, and you're good to go.
Well, that's the issue is I use Times Roman on the text editor that comes with our database program. And it's unclear as to why some people got it and some people didn't. And some people, when they see it on their phone, there was definitely something glitchy because, that was the first things we looked at with the help desk. They could not resolve it, unfortunately. So we still don't know what happened. I'm hesitant to resend it, but I'm worried that I don't know how many people actually opened it thinking it was spam. I mean, it may be worth resending the entire message with a little, hey, sorry for the follow-up, we had a glitch, and see what happens.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay. Let me, I had the message prepared already, so let me just try to resend it, see what happens.
I'm one of the people who got it in Japanese, so I'm pretty sure Eddie and I had the same fonts.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie, I made it and it showed up in Japanese as mine. So, but on my
Well, it was
phone,
the
it
cover
worked.
email. It wasn't the newsletter. The attachment came through fine. It's the cover email.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what people were like, hey, I think you guys got, everybody thought we had gotten, what's the word?
Hacked.
Hacked. Yeah. It's like
That's
infiltrated.
not the first thing I thought of.
Yeah. So, okay, well, you'll see that go back out, and, you know, I'm crossing my fingers that it doesn't happen again. So.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody. And we will talk again soon.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. I'm going to turn the recording
Thanks.